Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are around the world. This is 11 a.m. Nigerian time, but you should get this video I think by 6 p.m. Yeah, I could do it 6 p.m. Have the video out by 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. One of them. Let's do 7 p.m. I want to see if I can squeeze in another video before this. So this video will be up by 7 p.m. Nigerian time. And essentially, I do this every Sunday evening on my end, talking about stocks I'll be watching in the coming trading week. This week's trading session is going to be abridged. Normally, the market runs 5 days a week, Mondays to Fridays. But Wednesday, I believe, is a public holiday, Independence Day celebration, October 1st. And that's when Nigeria got its independence. So the stock market will be closed. Before we dive in, thank you to everyone who takes out the time to like, share, subscribe. I deeply appreciate you for doing so. We have an avalanche of content all over the world. Data is limited. So for every like, share, subscription, for everyone who takes out the time to watch these videos, I know that's a big sacrifice to make. But as always, and I get questions from time to time, or sometimes it feels like people are shadowing what I'm saying. Nothing I say is investment or trading advice. You go do your own research. I could be right, I could be wrong, but whatever I say isn't suited for you. You need to do your own research. My criteria for the watch list: technical reasons, highs, lows, large volumes, as well as corporate actions. Corporate actions are announcements made by a firm. Any announcement made by a firm could have a material, immediate, or mid to even long-term impact on its share price. First on my watch list for this week, Aradel. Aradel, we saw huge trades last week. It seems ACA, the private equity firm, has fully exited the stock. ACA had been selling down their stake. So we saw the stock move, try to range trade a bit, saw it around the 590 range. If we see momentum, I mean, now that, let's say, the big volume seller is out, could we see this stock back above 600 this week? I think it's very possible to do so. I don't see anything that would cause a downward momentum of this stock, except we had maybe a flash crash in the price of crude oil and all that. I think there was a day that they lost. I'm not too sure, but I don't think that would move the stock. I'll go online to fish it out. The only peeve I have against this firm, and I think it's a strategy thing, I wish this whole having bits here and there of different interest in oil assets. Why don't you raise a chunk of money and go do this thing on your own? So that is the only downside to this stock. Other than that, I quite like the integrated nature of the firm. They have operations in the upstream, crude oil exploration, have operations, like say midstream. I think crude oil refining should be midstream, yeah, and all that. So that makes them an integrated oil and gas player. Fidelity Bank. Fidelity Bank, there was a I don't know whether to call it a blip or a flash dip. Stock fell 10% on Friday. I think it closed just a bit over 18 naira, but it closed sub 20 naira. So the question we'll ask is, will that continue this week? Why did it dip so sharply? I mean, a 10% decline. Is it a random thing? I don't know. But I'll be watching closely this week. And by the way, H1 numbers for Fidelity's aren't out yet. So I mean, I don't have the time. I wish I had the time. I know somebody said don't say that, but that's the reality. There's just limited amount of time to push out content, so that at least I can push in my daily bread. If you check the Fidelity numbers, they have what? Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. I think that the stage 2 loans are a bit high, and they're going to have to knock off some of those stage 2 loans. Maybe not as heavy in terms of write-offs and provisions like Zenith Bank. I think those are going to be heavy. So I would be pleasantly surprised if these numbers beat my expectations. So we'll be watching what led to that dip. don't know. Was it a random move? Was it somebody dumping shares? It's hard to say. Let's see how this week shapes out for the stock. GTCO, H1 2025 earnings call will be on tomorrow. The numbers looked a bit soft, and I think I need to probably do a whole Spotify episode. I think I'm going to do a bunch of Spotify episodes since I'm going to be up and down for the rest of the day. If I can't make it to video, I mean, there'll be one video tomorrow. I'm not decided yet. Do I do Champion? Do I do GTCO? Do I do Stanbic? Do I merge all of them together? I haven't made up my mind. I might decide to combine the two banks together and maybe move Champion Breweries to Wednesday, which I think I should do. Wednesday is a public holiday, so there's time to do that. GTCO earnings call tomorrow. I tell people that if you're someone who's interested in banking stocks in Nigeria, there's an earnings call you don't want to miss at all. Stanbic IBTC had its call last week. Unfortunately, my device where I had my notes has out of the blues packed up. In fact, I'm quite shocked, and I'm really shocked because the device gave me no signs of packing up. I just woke up at 3 a.m. and I saw this phone was blinking. And first thing that came to my mind, I hope this phone doesn't catch fire. So it didn't catch fire, but it just packed up out of the blues. So I'm quite pained because I don't have my notes. I can't access my notes on that call. So Stanbic had a call last week, Friday. Stock closed at 107, back above 100 now. The question is, will it keep pushing further? I think, and I would expatiate more probably in the video in the next couple of days, I think this is an easily maybe 120, 130, 140, maybe 150 stock, if not 200, depending on how you work out your numbers. But definitely, I think this stock still has room to hit maybe a 150 mark. The expatiate probably in the Spotify episode or a video, time permitting. So will this stock keep pushing further? I don't know. It's also possible the stock will range trade 100 naira, move up to 107, 110, come down a bit. But Stanbic is in a very liquid stock. So when you have movements like this, it may stay there for a while till there's a volume a push. FCMB Group. Now, a huge chunk of shares were listed. 3.16 billion shares. So there was a 23.1 billion loan converted to equity at 7 naira 30 kobo. But FCMB, I think it's what? Let me check. I think FCMB closed at somewhere around 10 naira and some fraction. Let's just see what we have. So, and the thing about FCMB, it's 10 naira 90 kobo. So I should actually amend this. I thought it was 10 naira 90 kobo. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. So FCMB closed at 10 naira 90 kobo. Conversion for those shares were 7 naira 30 kobo. I mean, so if you were an investor, what would you do? I mean, I would sell because this company may still have some for that fund. I mean, I said touched a bit of this on the Sterling Bank video I did yesterday. The volume, the quantum of shares these two banks have is huge. I hope at some point in time they either decide to do share reconstruction or share buybacks because they're simply huge. So the question is, what would you do? You get in at 730 and the stock is 1090. Would you hold on a bit, or would you decide to exit? I would exit, take some cash off, because I mean that's like an almost 40% automatic lock-in. So I think FCMB is a stock to watch this week. Let's see what this party will do. No word yet. I know it's somewhere in one of the documents, one of the public offer documents they did was last year about the loan, but I need to dig through and see who's the party behind this, who holds these shares now, and maybe that would give me some color and antecedents on what the person might do. Sterling Bank, my last stock for watch list for this week. Would we see an extension of his public offer? No word yet, but If you look at UB and its rights issue, that was extended, so I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to extend. And I think if I them, except they've gotten a chunk of money that they need, um, I would extend, because you're pushing to the end of the month. You may have some portfolio rebalancing, retail investors, a bit of cash you want to invest in it, and all that. For the rest of the week, 12:30 West African time, 12:30 p.m. West African time, media update on YouTube. 7 p.m. the daily market summary on Spotify. 8 p.m. daily market summary on YouTube. 10 p.m. Daily market summary on Twitter at Green Ticket Tales. For more content, you can check out greenticketdeals.com, the podcast, Spotify, Apple, YouTube Music. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening. Have yourselves a lovely week ahead. Stay safe.